Hey crafty friends, it's Diane with Bean Street Paper, and today I'm here to show you how to get 6 cards from a small amount of supplies. I recently showed a picture of 6 cards that I made from 2 patterned pieces of paper and some cardstock, and I had some requests on how to do that. So today I'm going to show you how to cut that. Now, I did do some cutting beforehand, the cardstock and the bases and things like that, because I didn't want to have to keep cutting or bringing up my paper cutter. So what I did was I went through and I chose 2 coordinating pieces of pattern paper that I liked, that I thought went well together. So I have poinsettias and I have this plaid, which I think looks really well together. And then I decided I wanted red card bases. So I used 3 pieces of cardstock to make the card bases. They're A2 size, so I got 6, 2 from each sheet. Okay. Now this is an optional step. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I chose to put, because it's a darker, I normally use white bases, but since it's a darker one, I wanted to put a mat in there that people could write on. And I may actually stamp something on that. I haven't decided yet. Okay, then I have 3 sentiments that say Merry Christmas. And you'll see why exactly I did them like this, because one of the designs uses just a strip across it. I have 2 large circles that say there's no happy like holiday happy. And then I have 1 wishing you a season full of peace, wonder, and love, Merry Christmas. And then these are mats for my pattern paper. So I'm going to show you, I think I used 2 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock, and then the what was left over I used for the sentiment. So without further ado, let me show you how to cut. Actually, without further ado, let's do these card bases so they're ready. Then we'll cut that. So what inspired me to do this was I saw a video on YouTube, and I can't remember who it was, but it was someone that said when they get pattern paper, they cut all of their pattern paper into 3 by 4 pieces, which I have contemplated cutting them into like card front size pieces, because I normally do A2 size cards, so I could always just do that, thinking it would save me space. But this gal goes ahead, and if you know who it is, please tell me in the comments below. She cuts all her pattern paper into 3 by 4 inch pieces. I thought that was crazy, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I didn't quite cut all of it. I did manage to do a little bit of it for these designs, but okay, so there's my card bases. They're ready to rock and roll. Let me get my paper trimmer. Y'all, I can't find any of my bone folders. I have 3 really good bone folders, and all I can find right now is this one that goes with my scoreboard, and I hate it. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do, but I just hate it. Okay, so I think you can see the numbers there. So let's start with our poinsettia paper. Now, this paper, I want to do 3 cards, and I will of course put all these measurements in the description below. I want to go ahead and cut on the 8.5 by 11 inch side a 4 inch cut, right? And then I am going to cut 3 by 4 inch pieces. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Now, don't throw this out because that's a 4th card. Okay. Then I'm going to take the remaining piece and I'm going to cut that also at 4 inches down what would be the 8.5 inch side. Don't throw this out because you're going to use that too. Then I'm going to cut at 5 1/4. Now, this is going to give me 2 full card backs, okay? I like, and I've said this in some of my other videos, a smaller border around for my mats and things. So I cut at 1/8 inch intervals. You can cut at 1/4 inch intervals just as well, and it'll be fine. Okay, so next I'm gonna take my second piece of paper. I guess what I should have said before I did this was, you kind of have to decide what you want your backgrounds to be. So I'll have 2 poinsettia backgrounds. These 3 pieces that I cut into 3x4 strips, they're gonna have this as a background. So I need 1, 2, 3. I need 3 4-inch by 5 1/4 inch pieces. So this is all going to make sense when I start putting it together. So 1, 2, and again, just hold on to these little strips. I didn't use them, but you may. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more. Okay, again, going to save this. Didn't use it, but I might this time. Okay. So I have 3 backgrounds for my 3 small poinsettia pieces. Okay. This is also going to need, so really you're going to cut your second piece into background size pieces. Okay, and then you're done cutting. So I saved these. I thought I might use them inside my cards, but there's only 3. So let's see what happens. So here's what I have right now. And then these 2. Oh, you're also going to want to cut this into 5 1/4 inches. So let me do that real quick, because I'm going to put that down the side of my big sheet there, for my full size. I just thought this little poinsettia paper was kind of whimsical and adorable, so I wanted to use it. All right. And that tiny little piece right there, that's definitely a piece of trash. So you can throw that directly in the trash can. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna match up, let's see. Each one of these gets a back base, right? And then I should have 2 left for this one. Okay. Then these guys right here. Ooh, guys, I need a bigger workspace. Also get, there's 3 pieces, so they get mats for that. And this spare mat, or this was a piece of scrap from when I cut this, will go on here, so I'll have to actually make one more cut to cut off that big old part. Okay, so let me move these out of the way and we'll start assembling. Here's my first card base. So, I definitely need a bigger workspace, or maybe just to clean off my desk. so here's what's going to happen. Background piece. Okay. It's going to go on. Put my glasses on. You know I'd be able to see better if I did. So have any of y'all started your Christmas cards yet? I don't know why I chose Christmas. I made fall last night, so I thought, oh, I'll just do something Christmassy. I have some cute Christmas papers this year, so make sure your card opens the right way. That would have been a catastrophe. Then you're going to add this to your base. I am going to trim that because if you can see, that will drive me nuts. I scored at 4 1/4, but apparently the red cardstock was just a scooch bigger than 8 1/2. So I will trim that off later. I won't make y'all watch that. Okay, then I'm going to mat this piece. On this green piece of cardstock. Okay, and he's going to go right in the middle of this page. Cute, right? And then my strip sentiments, which, by the way, these strips are scraps of the green cardstock. I just turned them over because it was a textured cardstock that I've had for many, many years, and I just decided to use that, and stamped on the flat side. Super easy. I also heat embossed mine. You don't have to do that if you don't want to do that. And then you can either put it in the middle. I like mine towards the bottom. Want to make sure he's straight. Okay. You can leave it like that. I have some cute little poinsettia embellishments, so I'm going to add one of those later. And what you'll end up having is 3 of that design with this. So there you go. Okay, let's start our second design. You'll only have 1 of these. It's just the way it worked out that there's only 1. It's fine. It's like a little assortment pack of cards that aren't all the same. Okay, make sure you got your cardstock the right way. Ask me how many times I've done that wrong. Just like the last one, you're going to use this plaid as a full background. Okay. Okay, then you're going to take this guy and mat him on the last piece of green. Now remember, I said that we do actually have 1 more cut. I'm going to have to trim this one. Let me just do that real quick. Just eyeballing. Sometimes this goes well. Yeah, good. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, then this guy is going to go, I'm going to use this single sentiment. He's going to go, I like him to the side. So I'm going to glue this right here. Not quite in the middle, because I want to have, you know, and I think I'm going to pop him up on some, whoop, look at that mess I'm making. I'm sorry, I am a hot mess, y'all. It's hot in North Carolina. Where is it hot where y'all are? ready for fall. I think that's why I made fall cards last night. So ready for fall. My chickens quit laying eggs because it's too hot. I have like 100 chickens and we get 2 eggs a day. They're like, yeah, we don't want to go outside and give birth every day. I imagine that's what laying an egg would be like. And I know I've talked about this in my other videos, but I'm going to tell you again. I like to put some liquid adhesive on the back of my dimensional adhesives. That way, if someone wants to keep the card and display it, have you ever gotten embellishments that had this on the back and they were all dried out? I just do it for a little extra stick, you know? So I use my Barely Art glue. Love Barely Art glue. Okay. And I think I'm going to put that right about there. Now again, that's your second design. Some rhinestones, some sequins. Okay, so we have these 2 so far. And then your last design is going to be, let me get my card base. You're going to use your poinsettia background. Whoop. Hey, if y'all are enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. That's how YouTube considers I'm relevant and important, I guess. But I would also love to have you enjoy my videos, so feel free. Leave me a comment below. Tell me how hot it is where you are. Okay, so there's that. And then that plaid strip, I'm gonna put right down the side. I think I'm gonna put this one a little bit further in. Okay. Boop. Okay. Maybe right here. Make sure he's straight. Whoop. Okay. Ooh, that's not straight. What? Carefully try to move him over. That's straight. And then again, I think I'm just going to put him right in the middle. I will pop him up on Pop Dots. So let's do that. You want to have enough that you don't get saggy in the middle there. Okay. Again, I'm going to use my Barely Art glue. Just add a little extra to the back of these. The other thing about adding a little bit of liquid glue is you can kind of finagle it if you don't get it in the right spot, like it wasn't quite centered, and that has saved me some paper plenty of times. Okay, so there you have design number 3. I am not going to put together the last. I still have 3 more cards to make, but because I am almost out of ATG and I don't want you guys to watch me have to change that, I am not going to make them. I will, however, at the very end of this video, put a photo of what I decided to embellish them with. So the only thing left is this strip of poinsettia paper, and I'm not going to throw that out because you know what? I might be able to use that. Actually, look, I have 3 of these, and if I cut this into strips, I probably could do every card. So there you have it. What I probably will do, here I'll put a poinsettia in this one. So I solved, now there's really, literally no scrap. Oh, you know what? No, I don't want to do that because I was gonna mat these. But heck, I suppose I still could. Right? Come on. Why not? That way, if someone wants them to have a sentiment, I can stamp it on the white. It'll show up really well. There. Look at that. Oops, I think I just hit the camera. Sorry. Oop, that wasn't straight. There you have it. So I did find a use for these little strips. What I'll do is I'll put the plaid on the ones that are backed with the poinsettia, and the poinsettia on the ones that are backed with the plaid. So it'll look like this. Thank you so much for joining me today and watching my video. I appreciate it. Stay cool, stay crafty. Have a great day, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to come back on for a second and show you guys and tell you what happened. There were enough strips to do 5 of the insides of these cards. So I did what I could, and then the very last card, remember that one tiny strip of cardstock? Well, he got a strip of cardstock. I didn't want to cut into another 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, so I don't think it's a bad thing. I think each one is just slightly different. So, you know, they're handmade. Thanks again, guys. Have a great day. Oh, and in the end, I decided not to embellish them. I think I'm just going to leave them like this. I appreciate all the embellishing and the great popping up and everything, but that also costs more to send through the mail because they have to hand stamp it, and they charge like 20 cents to hand stamp it. And at Christmas time, when you're sending out 100 cards, that adds up really quickly. So I just chose to leave them like this. I think they're beautiful. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching.